everyone knows that Lovecraft is the main creator of the subgenre of fiction known today as cosmic horror. But did you know he also created another subgenre of horror? I was explaining to several people who have not read much of Lovecraft's work that he wrote about a lot more than just tentacle monsters, and that sparked my memory about the plotline of another one of his popular stories. So in honor of Lovecraft's birthday, I decided to reread The Rats in the Walls, written in 1923 and published in 1924. Basically, a man decides to restore his ancestral estate in a small town. He knows nothing of his long-past family except that one member went insane and killed the others. He eventually discovers that there is a large cavern beneath the estate manor filled with numerous buildings. He finds hundreds of skeletal remains of both humans and devolved humans in pits and cages. One of the buildings was a butcher shop and kitchen. It turns out that his ancestors had developed a taste for human flesh and had been keeping people down there like cattle for so long they had begun to devolve into some type of subhuman creatures. Though the elements from his story have been fused together, and long before The Hills Have Eyes or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it is obvious that the horror subgenre of the inbred, mutant, cannibal family living on the outskirts of town and keeping their victims in the basement to later be eaten was created by Lovecraft. Now, cannibalism, both real and fictional, dates back thousands of years, and there are many reasons. Famine, survival cannibalism of lost or stranded parties, serial killers, tribal customs, etc. But I could only find one account of a cannibal family from 17th century Scottish folklore. But it is not really close to what Lovecraft wrote. It started with a man who was a highwayman who would kill and eat those he robbed so that there was no evidence left of his crimes. And he got married and had kids, and they all participated in his robberies and cannibalism. Not really the same as Lovecraft's family who were eating other humans for the sheer pleasure, like most of the modern versions of the cannibal family subgenre. And yes, I do know about Sweeney Todd, but that story is still different enough from the template that Lovecraft created. Plus, there is several older fairy tales about cooking and serving people up as pies that Sweeney Todd itself is probably based on. So if you do know of any cannibal family stories that predate 1923, leave them in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe for more horror, occult, and Lovecraft madness. Until next time, Cthulhu Futsagen.